I sold over $1 million worth of name brand products on Amazon in just my first 10 months, and I'd be lying if I said there weren't some secret tips that helped me win a lot quicker that I really had to figure out on my own. In this video, I'm going to share with you 12 Amazon FBA hacks to help you find a lot more winning products fast and grow your Amazon business the right way. And if you're looking for personalized one-on-one help implementing the stuff, I'll leave a link down below in the description where you can go ahead and apply for my private coaching program, and I'll have my editor pop up a couple of my student wins here on the screen as well. All right, guys, so the first hack that made a huge difference for me was actually taking advantage of bundle listings and the opportunities where I could actually sell the same product on multiple listings. So going ahead and looking up Yankee Candle, Balsam and Cedar Scent plug refills here, I can see there's a 4-pack, a 6-pack, a 2-pack, a 3-pack, and literally other sizes of the same item here as well, different bundle sizes, as well as there's some items where there's literally just multiple listings on Amazon. And so what I would do that made a huge difference and helped me reduce risk and increase upside was merchant fulfilling these products and actually having them listed across multiple listings at the same time. So say I had 20 units of these, I would list like one on the 6-pack, a couple on the 2-pack, a couple 3-packs as well, never listing more than I have. But the cool thing about merchant fill is that I would keep that stock with me and be able to rotate it around on the different listings as need be. Unfortunately, you can't do this strategy with FBA. You would have to allocate specific units to specific listings and make that commitment prior to shipping to Amazon. But with merch filled, especially during back to school and Q4 time, it's a great opportunity to list the same items across the bundle listings or on multiple listings on Amazon if they actually have that. But the way you actually go ahead and find that is always using the Amazon.com search page right here, which is super important. The next hack that makes a huge difference, and I think a lot of beginners just really have this backwards, is opportunities where merchant filled is more profitable than FBA, but actually going ahead and taking advantage of that. So if we take a look at this item, so I can pick this up on Walmart after gift cards and stuff for about $8, right? And taking a look at this item, it has a 500K sales rank, but this isn't shoes and clothing, which is a giant category. Looking at this Keepa chart, it's got good offer count movement. This actually sells well, and I can see FBA, it's about $3.60 profit per unit and about a 45% ROI. But most sellers think that to get the merch fill numbers, you just take off the shipping from here. That's absolutely not true. What you do instead is you just scroll down here and actually toggle this over to merch filled on the seller and profit calculator. And now we need to go ahead and add in an FBM cost, which we can get from the weight up here, which is about 10 ounces right here. So this is going to ship for probably about $5.50 here. So we can see FBM, it's like a 63% ROI, but FBA, it's only a 44% ROI, but you don't know unless you actually take a look at this. So it's really important to use the seller and merch filled calculator. If you want a full breakdown for merchant fulfilled shipping, just go to the website howtofbm.com. I got a completely free guide for you guys to Google Doc that breaks down everything you need to know about merch filled, and most importantly, the shipping costs were here. So items that are more profitable merch filled compared to FBA are a really, really good tip, but you don't know unless you actually take a look at the seller and profit calculator. The third one is going to be taking advantage of the prime bump opportunities where you can actually list items FBA higher than the FBM sellers on a specific listing. And you really just find that taking a look on Keepa. So if we go down here and take a look at this Keepa chart, we can see this is pinballing back and forth between a $20 merchant fulfilled buy box. You guys see how it says FBM right there, $20.15, and a $24 to $25 FBA buy box right here. This is known as what's called the prime bump. And if you're taking a look on Keepa, you can find lots of opportunities where sure, there's some merch filled sellers that are the lowest on the listing, but you can price a lot higher than those sellers FBA right there, taking advantage of the prime bump. Sometimes you have to play with the amounts a little bit to see where you can go ahead and get the buy box, but the really important thing is not just matching the lowest price, it's actually taking a look at where the buy box is going. If the buy box is going to lots of FBM sellers, understanding that Amazon wants to give you the buy box to FBA sellers because they make more in fees when you FBA. And it's finding that happy medium of pricing above those FBM sellers as an FBA seller and taking advantage of the prime bump right there. Typically about 5 to 10%, but we can see in this case a little bit more on some listings, and Keep is going to tell you the tale for you on that. The next hack, in my opinion, really one of the most important ones is going to be building your network of other Amazon sellers in the community. This is something that a lot of sellers don't do. They just try to work on their own with this stuff, and it just really ends up backfiring, and it ends up being a lot harder for them, right? This is at Garrett All Out Amazon's wedding. My buddy, I literally met my first year of selling on Amazon 4 years ago. We now do the Buy Box Minutes podcast together, and this is literally like 10 different Amazon sellers at his wedding, you know, and the guys pick here, like literally like Steven, Sadiq, Dan, Max, Joe, Corey, Warner, Jimmy, Nick, etc. Like we all literally just met on social media. Many of them were my students originally right there. And that big thing is from day one, I was super active online sharing my journey. And that just attracted a lot of cool Amazon sellers into my life and got me invites to Discords and group chats, literally all completely for free, just off sharing my journey. And the way I like to think about it is most likely everything you've really liked doing in your life, you did with people you liked, right? And you found people like that were interested in it, right? And that's how selling on Amazon should be too. It just, because it's a digital thing, it can be a little bit more lonely to do. And it's not like people in real life that do this stuff. So you have to find them on social media and in Discord and in these free online communities. That's something I'd really, really recommend investing time into it. Well-connected Amazon sellers work less, they make more, they have more fun. So stop hiding, go find your tribe of Amazon sellers. The fifth one is something all you guys should take advantage on ASAP, which is buying products sales tax free. So I was actually lucky to originally live in Pennsylvania, which is sales tax free in certain categories. But there's lots of websites like Walmart and Home Depot and Lowe's where literally all of you guys watching this can buy products sales tax free. All you need to do is get what's called a reseller certificate. I'd recommend just asking ChatGPT the reseller certificate requirements for your state right there. But literally to sign up for Walmart tax exempt, all you need to do is look up Walmart tax exempt on Google. You can find the sign up process right there. Same thing for Home Depot, same thing for Lowe's. It's actually required to have a reseller certificate to buy products wholesale. You can use them at some OA websites like the ones I just mentioned. A lot of RA stores in-store will let you use tax exempt as well. It's a great way to avoid paying sales tax. Just make sure you're following all your state's rules, and that's going to make items a lot more profitable, avoiding that typically 5 to 10% sales tax depending on what state you live in. Some states are a little bit lower, some states a tad higher. I think like the heart of Los Angeles is like 10.5. Regardless, do your own research on that. Getting a reseller certificate is really helpful, and it's going to make items a lot more profitable. The next one is taking advantage of subscribe and save and auto ship deals. Chewy especially is a site I've made some good money on right here, and we can see literally like $70 buy once, but if you do it on auto ship, it ends up being like $50. This is a really, really good tip. It's just the kind of thing you got to really track and make sure you're canceling the subscriptions after they go ahead and ship the first one, because a lot of times they won't renew at that same discount right there. But don't sleep on subscribe and save discounts. If you have good attention to detail, and just make sure you cancel them. It's a great way to create more profit margins and get items a lot more cheaper. And just on that first order, you got to make sure you're canceling them. And online arbitrage sometimes could be called just extreme couponing, and subscribe and save deals on websites like Chewy, Vitacost are a great way to make that happen. Another way to lower your buy costs, similar to subscribe and save deals and tax exempt, is going to be taking advantage of extension coupons. I'd really recommend going right now and downloading Capital One Shopping and Coupon Birds, which are 2 free Chrome extensions right here that you can go ahead and install. They're going to show additional coupons. Obviously, they don't all work, but for example, this GF extra code we can see showing on coupons here has definitely created a ton of profitable products in my own source that I've taken a look at right there. So don't sleep on the extension coupon codes. Really, every website has 1 or 2 tips and tricks that make the items work on there, and extension coupons are a really, really good way to go ahead and do that. The next one is going to be actually sign up coupons right here. And if we scroll down on Gap, sometimes they actually combined here. We can see there's a 20% sign up code right here. We can go ahead and take advantage of, or Dick's Sporting Goods, we can actually scroll to the bottom and see there's a 10% email sign up coupon here as well. So my favorite way to go ahead and actually use these again and again is setting up what's called a catch-all email. That's catch, ALL, just all one word. I'd recommend doing it via Namecheap. It's going to cost about $5 per month, basically right here. So you can just set up a catch-all using Namecheap. It's nice and easy, and it just lets you get basically unlimited email addresses. If you don't want to set up a catch-all just yet, you can also use what's called the period email strategy. So if we just go ahead and say, let's say my email is flistermiles@flistermiles.com. Weirdly enough, if I just add a period in the middle of this, it considers it a new email address and sends it to that same email right there. So that's a good way to do it at a small scale. Long term, like this Dick's Sporting Goods, when I've used like 500 times, you are going to need a catch-all to go ahead and use that as many times as possible. You can set it up nicely via Namecheap. Another thing you guys should all do is set up what's called a burner email. Just create a random Gmail address, or really any email service. You can go ahead and create an email on there, and then give that email address to as many websites as possible, just creating an account or signing up for their newsletter, whichever's easiest right there. And then you're going to get fed deals around the clock. So literally all I have to do is create a random email address today, then give it to as many websites as possible. You can just do sourcing for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. You watch some of my videos and literally just create an account or sign up for the newsletter on each of those websites using that email address. And then forever, for free, you're going to get tapped in on all those deals. Literally just going to feed them to you around the clock. Absolutely no brainer for all in arbitrage sellers. The next one is going to be always making sure you check out their accounts on different websites. This has made me tens of thousands of dollars in extra rewards. The reason why you always want to check out their account on these different websites is to make sure that you can go ahead and lock up those sweet rewards. Most websites have something like that. Obviously, they vary in how good they are, but Yankee Candle, for example, the fragrance cache right here is awesome. You can always see the specific details of it on their website right there too as well. Sometimes there aren't good rewards on different accounts, or the discounts like an account sign up, for example, in which case you wouldn't worry about looping the rewards here. But for the most part, ideally in every situation, always make sure you check out their account on these different websites to go ahead and load up rewards. I mean, you can see actually bottom left, there's this sign up coupon as well. So we just kind of found like another discount in there as well. Discounts are everywhere. All-in arbitrage, extreme coupon. So I know new sellers can't sell Nike products, but regardless, this item is a phenomenal example of smart repricing, which is another really good hack that'll make you a lot of extra profit here. If we just go to the year-long data right here on this specific item, we can zoom in a little bit on Keepa and see, look at the repricing job done on this item here, where we can see like people are consistently pricing way above the buy box and raising most likely their repricer minimums using repricing software to raise this up. So you can see there's super smart people that are raising their price here. You can see some of the names repeat as they're going up here and everything. So smart repricing, really tracking that stuff is phenomenal, and understanding that when something's selling really well, test higher prices on it, right? When you're looking at your Amazon seller app or your Boxum, account there on Boxum.com, and you're seeing something selling really well, test higher price on that and see if you can get more profit out of the same item. This hack's made me a ton of money, especially on this specific website here. So Rack Room Shoes, we can actually stack coupons together. So if we take a look here just on the homepage, we can see buy one, get one 50% off select styles and $10 off 79 plus, we can see here. And those deals actually combine together. So stacking on different coupons, Gap Factory is another one where that extension coupon will combine with the sign-up coupon sometimes. Weirdly enough, it's only sometimes. For Rack Room, it's all the time, specifically right there. But combining coupon codes or combining, discounted gift cards from Car Barrel. Like, interestingly enough, I actually didn't even use discounted gift cards my first year, hence why this isn't one of the hacks you guys typically see me talk about. But combining coupon stacking with discounted gift cards, and discounted gift cards, once I learned about it, make big difference as well, makes items more profitable. So loading up discounted gift cards from Car Barrel on sites that take it. Rack Room, I don't believe, has discounted gift cards, but Rack Room has these coupons that stack together. So never be afraid to add stuff to cart and see if multiple coupons will combine together. In Rack Room's case, there also is incredible rewards that you can stack on too, which makes a big difference as well. And understand that every website has 1 or 2 tips or tricks that make all the items work, and that's the name of the game with product research. So those are 12 Amazon hacks that made a huge difference in my own personal journey. If you want one-on-one help implementing this stuff, take a look in the link in the description and apply for my coaching program. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.